swaggy, that's how I roll. On another level, on another level, on another one above me. Stepping through the crowd, yeah, I'm feeling so supreme.
Good morning, ladies, gentlemen, gangsters, gremlins, and flat earthers who believe all the scientists on TikTok who tell us that we are located on the back of a turtle floating through the universe. Today we are going to do back, and I start with deadlifts, but I have no idea if we are going to do heavy singles, doubles, triples, high reps, low reps. I don't know, we will see. But I can guarantee you that we are going to do at least some reps. So, warm-up set number 3. I spared you number 1 and 2. I don't know if I cut more out or if I'm going to show you everything. We'll see. Let's see how this session goes.
Stepping through the crowd, yeah, I'm feeling so supreme. Feeling so supreme. On one above me. Stepping through the crowd, yeah, I'm feeling so supreme. On another level, on another level, on another one above me. Stepping through the crowd, yeah, I'm feeling so supreme.
Okay.
On another level.
Ooh, let's go to 315. A little break. That's my area for all the rests between sets. I've already recorded a nice clip for my Instagram story, so I might include it at the end of this clip. I don't know, maybe not. It depends. So if you want to see it, you should go to my Instagram story. If you don't care about it, forget it. It will be forgotten anyways tomorrow. Let's do another set. Let's get into it and let's care about the most important things. And the most important singular thing today is, what are we going to do? I still don't know.
Supreme, supreme. On another level, on another level, on another one above me. Stepping through the crowd, yeah, I'm feeling so supreme. On another level, on another one above me. Stepping through the crowd, yeah, I'm feeling so supreme, supreme.
Kind of feels good, kind of not. Weird day. Feels good. It feels good. 365. As always, I'm not using straps or belts, sleeves, anything like that. I have to mention it over and over again because the channel is new. So you might be a new visitor. The advanced lifters will see it immediately, but the new lifters need a little bit more attention, which is fine. That's why I'm here. 365. So what I do here for my second warm-up rep is I switch the grip to be prepared for the working sets. So I also warm up the mixed grip before it gets heavy. So I think we are going to 405. That's always the plan anyways. Another big mistake you could potentially make, and I'm guilty of that too, is not using the barbell collars. And I know it's not really necessary when you really control the weight. But whenever you're not using the collars, your plates, there's a little give between those plates, just a slight give. And it kind of feels off the more plates you put on. And for my warm-up sets, I very often neglect the collars because I'm like, yeah, I don't need them. Forget it, right? And sometimes I even don't use them for my working sets because I move the weight very slowly. But there is something off whenever you don't use the collars. And that's the reason why I said, I don't know, it kind of feels weird today, kind of not. Because today I used the collars from my first set, so 60 kg, 61 kg, 135, 225, 275, yeah. And it felt differently because I know last week I did not use the collars for my warm-up sets. So it threw me off a little bit. And this happens all the time. So I feel way stronger whenever I do use the collars. Use this for an advantage or not. Try it out yourself. Let me know what you think and how it works for you. But I can tell you, whenever I have them on, even though I don't want to take them off and put them on again, it's super annoying. But whenever I do use them, it's way easier for me to control everything. Therefore, I'm stronger. So, 405. So before I go into reps, because I don't even know if I do reps. Wait a second. Let me align that. So before I do reps or before I decide if I'm going to, I will start with one set of one rep, seeing if I can move the weight at all, and then make a decision.
On another level, on another level, on another one above me. Stepping through the crowd, yeah, I'm feeling so supreme. Feeling so supreme. On another level, on another one above me. Stepping through the crowd, yeah, I'm feeling so supreme. Supreme. On another level, on another level, on another one above me. Stepping through the crowd, yeah, I'm feeling so supreme.
Good. So, I don't know, we could do reps or we go up in weight. Let's go up in weight a little bit. Why not? A little bit of chalk, my friends. So I'm now at 427. That's, I don't know how much is that in kg. It's, let me do the math real quick. It's 193. I know it's a weird number, 427 too, because the numbers on the plate are not correct. They never are. I talked about it in some of my past clips. But if you are new to lifting, there are regular plates and there are calibrated plates. I decided to buy the plates that I actually wanted to have. So these plates, for example, I put all of them on a scale. So instead of paying $500 for a calibrated plate, a single one, I simply bought these plates, the ones that I like, and each of them is roughly around $100. And then I put all of them on a scale. So it turns out that every single one of those are precisely between 45.5 and 45.7 pounds. So they are all heavier than they should be, because 20 kg should usually be 44 pounds. And that's the thing. So instead of paying a lot of money for things that you actually don't want to have, buy what you want, put them on a scale, because a calibrated scale is way cheaper. And that's what I did. And therefore, I know it's 427. Also, side note, that's the reason why I have two weight pins. So for example, whenever I know this plate is 45.6 And that plate is also 45.6. I use one of them on the left side and the other one on the right side. So same position, 1, 2, 3, 4 on both sides. Because otherwise, imagine this plate was 44 and this was 45. And then you add up, everyone on that side is 45 and everyone on this side is 44. Not ideal. I tried to do the math and figure the perfect position out for every single plate. It's a little bit crazy. But that's the advantage of having a home gym. You can basically do whatever you want to. And usually you're not going to buy one plate only. Most of the time you're going to buy 2, 4, 6, 8, whatsoever. So chances are pretty high that they are coming from the same production line. So they are almost identical. I think I lost my chalk so far. Let me do that again. Let's start all over. So 427, short break, a little bit of talking to extend the clip. Let's see if we can do something here. Slowly, but surely. Good. Let's repeat that set. Then we should open the windows. Doing an MJ here. Advanced lifters, novices. The difference is, to a new lifter, it might look like I'm not capable of lifting the bar off the ground. Advanced lifters, on the other hand, will immediately see what I'm doing here. So what I'm trying to do is I'm not trying to get the bar up as fast as possible. Explosion movement, as some of you call it. I'm trying to flex through the motion. That means I'm trying to get under the bar. I press myself in basically, and then I start flexing and flexing and flexing. And there is the point. So to some of you, it might look like I'm already pushing as hard as I can or pulling. That's another debate, right? But reality is, it's like downloading something. When you see the bar going from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8% and so on. That's what I do. So I'm putting more and more and more force against the ground, and at some point this bar starts to come off the ground, and then I try to keep the movement through the entire range of motion quite slow. Enough talking. And in that case, the bar was not close enough to my body, and that's why the shaking started. So, can't have a perfect rep all the time. Again, the microphone. Did you not record that? Are you kidding? Oh my God. Woo! You did record. Thank you very much. Okay, so guys, 455, there is a moment where you could entirely F this theory up, right? So the reason why many people take the bar, boom, and go up as fast as they can is basically the longer your bar or the bar is in your hands, on your shoulders, on your back, on whatever the exercise might be, the longer you have to control the bar, the heavier it gets. So by keeping the contact as short as possible, you can use all your strength at once. So you go down, you pick it up, boom, you drop it, that's it. That's all the power that you have, right? That's also the reason why many people only go up and then drop the bar, because they have 100% of their energy dedicated to simply getting the bar up. And that's fine. So when you take my approach, you basically are not trying to lift the heaviest weight possible. You are trying to make a lightweight feel heavy. So we not only go up with the weight and hold it, we also go down with it slowly. So you need energy for all of that. And the problem is, or could be, when you start your rep, as I've explained earlier, and you squeeze yourself in here, you already start lifting. So even though the bar is still on the ground, so you're already investing some of your energy, maybe 20%, before the bar even thinks about moving. So I don't know where you are in the end. So you might be at 70% when the bar starts to move. So if you spend too much time squeezing yourself in and trying to make the lightweight heavy, it is absolutely possible that you don't have enough energy left to move the bar at all. So it turns into a static movement. So that's another problem. So in powerlifting, you're basically just trying to get the weight up. Of course, there's technique and everything involved. But you don't care about the negative, you don't care about time under tension, time under load. It's absolutely useless, not really important at a contest. But the reason why I do care about it is because I can even build muscle and strength with one rep doing it that way. That's the whole point of it. So I think we will move on to another exercise, or we strip off some plates and do more reps. I don't know. Let's do one more set with more reps. I think instead of going down to 365 or 315, I will simply try to do 405 again for one, if I can. I don't really know. We will find out. Definitely find out. And then proceed to the next exercise. Doing back, starting the bodybuilding movements. Because I feel my legs already. That's the point where my back is getting warmed up, but my hands and my fingers are basically dying. So I get the point of straps, but still, I'm not using them. I don't care. It's all fine. It's all good. So I did triples last week with 4-5, last 2 weeks. Today, we're trying to do one because we went heavier for 2 other sets. We're not really getting heavy so far. Woo! Four. 4 it is, I guess. I already hear some of you say, oh, you shouldn't be eating during a workout. There should be 1 or 2 hours between your last meal and your workout session. Guys, listen, the only thing that could create a problem by eating is that you won't get a pump. But I don't care about the pump because I'm not going for a pump. It's very hard to get a pump with 1 or 2 reps anyway. If I wanted to get a pump, I would eat pizza and ice cream and then go for a giant set. Incline press, flat bench, decline, some butterflies, some cable crawls, 20 reps each, enormous pump. And what about the workout? Basically useless. Again, unless you are on gear. Gear changes everything. So yeah, I'm eating eggs, salmon, and potatoes, some lettuce during my breaks. And now, after this bite, we'll go and do probably, I think, 45-degree bend over row should do the job as our first accessory exercise. We might do more after that. Whew. So let's use the colors again. So the reason why I go for 45-degree bend over rows after my deadlifts instead of doing the bend over rows like this, I'm more like that on a reverse grip today, because that's what we're going to do for the next weeks. And the reason for it is, after the deadlift session, my back basically is fried, the lower back at least, because there's a lot of pressure on the lower back, especially if you're built like me. We should already be warmed up, but the arms, biceps brachii, all those things are a different story. Good. Good so far. $225. Let's go to 275. Come on. The weight moves smoothly, so should be good for the working set. Should be good. But we will see. My camera decided to jump to an f-stop or an t-stop of 3. I don't know why. Turn it down to 2.8. So the picture might be a little bit brighter compared to the last set. You might not even notice it. Also a possibility. Okay, let's do another set with 295. Last week I did 315 for 2 reps. I could have done more, speaking for my back, speaking for my hands, not, because the grip opened. It got very loose with the reverse grip at 315 after all the deadlift sets and after all the reverse grip sets. So I will try 295 today because my grip also got a little bit loose on the last set, but hey, that's okay, we did a lot of work. And I still don't want to use straps because it's always a little bit awkward, especially when you do deadlifts, because you can't simply go down and grab the bar and then go up. You have to sit down, or you're in this position, so you lose a lot of energy just by simply pulling on the straps and wrapping it around the barbell. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay, 295. Just have to find the right position because my skin is already a little bit tired. And yes, I mean the skin. Close to losing the bar. Yeah. My skin is starting to rip. Part of the game. That's how it is. Last exercise, ladies and gentlemen. It's very specific. I think I have to remove my microphone. I might not be able to use it during the exercise. It is a combination between a row, a pull-up, and also a pull-over. So there are different ways how you could perform this exercise. And I will show you one today. You can also adjust the angle of your bench, hitting different areas. And I will now put you down here for a brief moment. So watch closely. I don't know if you can still hear me. So what you do is just lie back. You are in a great stretched position. And now you pull it down. And you can use the rope to adjust your elbows and the angle. And I still hope that you can hear me. And that the microphone picks up the sound at least a little bit. So that's one place where you could pull the weight to, the rope. The other place would be keeping the elbows in and going a little bit further down, depending on what you're trying to hit. And also depending on the angle of your bench. Okay. So I'm sliding down a little bit so I can increase the range of motion. I don't know if my shirt allows that, because it feels like it's going to rip. Last set. I think we are at, I need to pull my shirt up a little bit because I don't want it to get destroyed. But I don't know if I can prevent it from happening. At least I try. At least I'm trying to. Okay, so 140 pounds. Okay. I think I have to do another one. So 151 is our new weight. And that's a great exercise, especially as a finisher, of course, because we did the first exercise for the entire body. But the way how I do deadlifts might be a little bit different. Advanced lifters get it. Exercise number 1, focus on the lower back for most people. Exercise number 2, 45-degree row with a reverse grip with focus, of course, on the rear delts and traps, teres major, teres minor, all the small muscles surrounding it, infraspinatus, supraspinatus, all those kind of things, upper back. And now with this exercise, we can combine the upper back and the lower back and bringing it together by targeting the midsection, spreading out to both areas, because you could pull the weight and go back a little bit. So you still have that good morning deadlift motion. So this exercise is so great. You can do so many variations with it by simply doing one repetition. So it's amazing. And on top of that, how I do my deadlifts, if you watch closely, I'm not seeing it as a hinge exercise, which many people do, but it's also, again, based on the body and how they are built. But I don't see it as a hinge exercise where you simply go up and down, right? So what I do is, I also don't go up like this, and that's it. So what I do is, I keep my lats engaged. So it's basically a row too. So it's not just a deadlift, it's also a row, right? So I keep that tension, so to speak. Boom, right? Boom. And that's another reason why I say I keep my, how can I explain that so that it makes sense to you? But I think you simply have to try it. You're squeezing your lats and bring your shoulder basically to your armpit, right? So you're squeezing it in, like you do on a bent over row, boom, or on that exercise. It's basically the same motion. Because you don't have to do things the way everybody does. You can make it your own and get out of the exercise whatever you want to. So there's no, oh, that's the only right way. There are hundreds of right ways. It absolutely depends on what you're going for. Okay. And I'm sliding down more and more as I increase the stretch. And make it harder as we progress. Good. Woo! That's it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.